morning. I got caught, didn't I? How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have a very special morning because we're going to talk about several fun Jackson things today. And with us, first off, we have Vicki Williams, and you are, what's your official title with the alumni?
I'm the secretary.
Okay, all right. And that is, I hear it's now the Jackson Ironman Alumni Association.
Because we found out there was already a Jackson alumni.
Okay, well, and we can't have two.
No.
No. So we are the Jackson Ironman.
Yes, we are.
Okay, all right, very good. So we are going to be talking about alumni. And I mean, I know may come as a shock to all of you, but like literally graduations are right around the corner and alumni events are right around the corner. It is May.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So welcome. We're so happy to have you here. We do have a message, and then we're going to come back and talk with Vicki about all of the Jackson alumni festivities coming up here at the end of this month. So we'll be right back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back again with our good friend Vicki Williams, and you are here representing the Jackson Ironman Alumni Association, and I cannot believe it's almost that time.
I know. It seems like we just closed the other one up.
Like, really, This has been crazy. And, you know, we're back in full swing now after a few years of having to, or a couple or few years of having to kind of not do any
3
alumni
years.
events. Understandably, you know, global pandemics kind of put a damper on things. But so back now, and so happy about that.
Yes. This is the 146th.
I think I was at the first.
You were?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll honor you this year.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I feel like anyway. No, I'm just kidding. No, but time does fly. We were just talking about that. So we had the Apple Queens here today, and Pete was telling them off the air that I was the horse queen, and I said, yeah, the 1990. And he said, so like 35 years ago or whatever, and I was like...
He had to say it, didn't he?
You could have gone all day and not said that, like literally all day. But anywho, so yes, time flies. And
Yes.
I can remember, you know, thinking when people had their 10-year anniversaries that they were ancient and they were going to be, you know, not with us much longer. And now it's like, oh my gosh.
Exactly.
It just goes so fast.
It does.
So what are the events? Jackson always has such a fun alumni weekend, and it tends to be Memorial Day weekend. Kind of coinciding with graduation.
Yes. Brings a lot of people to town.
Yes, it does. It's an event that is great for our economy.
Yes, it is.
It's great for friends to catch up. It's just such a wonderful weekend.
Yes. Well, the whole thing starts out at 4:45 at the middle school.
Okay, and is that Saturday
That's the
then?
program, Saturday the 24th.
Okay.
Yes. And the first thing that will be kicked off will be the Hall of Honor. And those inductees this year are Mary Elizabeth Billman, Jean Cartwright, and the late Carol Evans.
So all of them so deserving.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
So that starts it off, and then the president, Lindsay Pierpont, she will welcome everybody, as well as Phil Howard. And the honored class this year is the 50-year class, and Robert Grillo, from judge in Vinton County,
Sure.
he is giving that toast. And Glenna McNear Warner will give the toast for the class of 1955, so 70 years she's been out. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Unbelievable.
they do the roll call. And we're excited about this. I don't know if you know Earl Master,
Probably.
a local farmer.
Oh,
he
yeah,
graduated
okay.
in 1947, and he has never missed an alumni.
You are kidding.
And I was out at Holzer Assisted, and that's where he is now. And he said, hey, didn't you sell me a ticket last year? And I said, sure did. He said, well, I'll need one. And I said, well, just a minute. I said, I just happen to have. So I sold him his ticket, and we got a picture, and it was fun. And he said, no, I'll be there. He still drives. So he said, I'll just drive there myself. And I said, well, that's good. So we will honor him first. That's probably where the roll call will start. And Kevin Rice, the class of 69, does the roll call now.
Okay.
Jack Coyne stepped down. So they call each one. And then when they get to the 50-year class, they will be introduced individually.
Really?
And clear up to the class. And then about 1970, that's when it starts to drop off. There aren't many standing up when their year is called. So,
Sure.
And that's a shame because we're just afraid it's going to just dwindle away.
Yeah.
So
I know, and times they change, I guess. But this is such 100 and what did you say? 46 years of this, and hopefully it's going on 146 years from now. That would be amazing. Hopefully we'll be at those too.
yes,
Yes.
hope so.
Yeah. Well, that would be great.
But we do have the patrons listed. Individual patrons pay $5 to get their name on the list, and business patrons are $10, and that goes towards the scholarship.
Okay.
And we give 3 $1,000 scholarships every year.
Holy moly!
I tell you who they are, but that will be announced tonight.
I know. So you're the second person
Yes.
that's come in that's given a scholarship and can't tell.
Yeah, it's tonight. The awards
Okay.
banquet's tonight.
So that's all right. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. But no, that is so fun. So roll call is kind of something that kicks off the program, and then everybody kind of moves out to. Is it at Park's Edge this year?
The happening.
The happening.
That's from 7:30 to 10:30.
Okay.
Now, the program costs nothing. Now, the happening is $25, and there will be a lovely buffet, hors d'oeuvres and what have you, and pre-sale tickets. Now, I'm not going to say we will, but we could have a few tickets. But we have to tell the caterer how many, so we have to be very careful to make sure there's enough food and everything.
Yeah, you can't add on like 100 people that day.
No, and everybody wants to wait till the last minute to buy their ticket.
That's human nature,
Yes, I
unfortunately.
guess.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so how do people buy tickets to the happening?
Well, they can call me at 740-418-2117, and we'll make arrangements for you to pick the tickets up, or I can mail them to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will mail them.
That's very handy. Yeah, because a lot of people obviously live out of town.
Yes.
Okay, and that's a thing. So tell us about all of the activities at the happening. And basically that is for all JHS alumni, whether you graduated last year or, 50 years ago
Exactly.
or
and
whatever.
that's what makes it fun.
That's
because,
cool.
Just like this year, I will be there, because of that, but Lindsay will be celebrating her 30th class reunion. And my class will have a table, and the 70-year class, oh my gosh, they have so many people coming.
Oh,
because they're
good.
celebrating 55. And that's what people say. I can see people that I wouldn't necessarily see. Now, the 50-year class, they're having their own party. And most of the other ones are too. And we wish that everybody would join together because we do have separate areas. Like we'll put the 70-year all together, maybe in this area. And
Yeah.
it's just where people can join together. We do have a DJ, Rockin' Reggie.
Oh, he's awesome
Yes,
too.
and he'll keep things lively.
Yes.
And
I've never figured out how Rockin' Reggie can be like. I feel like that dude is 52 places at one time. He's
is.
everywhere.
yes, he is.
But it's because he does such an amazing job.
Yes.
But no, and I love that because you can have like your own separate reunion, but within the umbrella of
Yes.
like a million different reunions.
And what we really stress is buy a $25 ticket. You come in, you sit down, you have fun, you eat, you listen to the music, you reminisce. 10:30 comes, you get up and you walk out. There's no cleanup. You don't have to worry about how
Correct.
many are coming.
Nobody's planning this thing.
No.
Like you don't have to.
No.
I
We
love
do
that
it all.
idea.
We do it all. And
Yeah.
this year, Rockin' Reggie's going to be bringing a photo booth. So I don't know how that's going to turn out.
As the night goes on,
It'll
it'll get interesting.
Yeah.
For absolute,
Yes.
that's the absolute
There is a
truth.
cash bar. There are no coolers or anything carried in.
Okay.
And $25 up front, please. Get your tickets as soon as possible. We'll cut the ticket sales off probably around the 19th or 20th.
Okay. All right. And, I was thinking about reunions too. And if you have your own. So here's the thing. When you're in high school, there are people that I see now that you don't think this is going to happen. But there are people I see now and I was like, were they in my class or were they 1 year older or 1 year younger? Like, I can't remember
Exactly.
because it all kind of like, because you hung out together and it didn't really matter what class you were in. And if you do your own reunion, and that's fine if you want to, but you don't have that chance to catch up with those people.
Now, the class of 70, they're going to the winery
Okay.
in the afternoon and have lunch and all of that and get together.
That's so
and then
good.
most of them have bought a ticket for the happening.
So they're going to do both.
They're going to do both.
Love that idea.
Yes, yes.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
You could totally do that, and then have the ability to have two of the best worlds.
And then we mention it to some classes. They'll say, oh, no, we don't want to be with those older people. I said, come 1 year and you'll see that you're not really with those older people.
And I mean, who doesn't want to be like that?
I know.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Find out about what they're up to and what it's like. Yeah, I love that. So, and Parks Edge is such a great venue to have something like this. It's so easy to get in and out of. There's plenty of parking, lots of bathroom space. Like, it's just perfect for that kind of environment. So.
We would like to thank the tourism committee because they gave us a very, very nice donation to go towards the happening.
Well, so here's the thing. That's what you're doing is the very thing that is bringing tourism to our area.
Exactly.
I mean, it goes hand in hand.
We are probably the biggest event that brings all these because we fill the motels from Thursday to Sunday.
Right.
And when people get ready to leave, if they know they're going to be at Alumni next year, they make their reservations because the rooms fill up fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and now with Airbnbs and other things of that nature, Verbo and all of that, that's helping out the economy in our area too. Plus local restaurants, gas stations, all of the stores, all of the things. So it's really it's win-win for everybody.
It is.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part personally about Alumni Weekend? I know that you have to kind of end up working, but...
Yeah. I don't know, seeing all the people come in and they'll say, I think you were my teacher. And I said, no, I was at the high school when you were there. I didn't have a lot of them, but, it's seeing students, but it's still, and I would see my mother's friends,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
catch
like
up
how
with that.
Sophie is. I always hung out with older people.
Yeah. Same.
Right.
Kind of an old soul in a kid's body, right?
A kid's body.
No, that's good. So, yeah, you actually, I'm trying to think, were you were at the school.
Yes.
And taught?
Special needs.
Okay. Yeah. I knew that. I remember you always being there and always seeing you. So we've all been together for so long.
Yeah. We go way back.
Yes, we do. And no, I was telling Vicki off the air, her granddaughter Sophie, and your daughter Lindsay is her mother, who I went to school with. She's I think 2 years younger than me, and but I just really enjoyed getting to know Sophie as she just got put on the top 10 of the Apple Festival.
Over
Little
the moon.
Queen. Yes. And so funny story about this as we're waiting on our queens to come back in because they're on the radio. But so Sophie had this loose front tooth before the contest, and Lindsay was like, leave it alone. Let's keep that tooth for the contest. If you can, if you can't, it's okay. But it fell out like right after the contest.
Monday. Yep.
So she came in, I saw her the other day, and there she was without the tooth, and I was like, you are adorable, like no matter what.
So she has until the Saturday of the Apple Festival to get that tooth back.
Yeah, and probably get rid of the other one too and get it back.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it is so fun. And I was telling you off the air too, like it is so much fun to see the top 10 or the little queen contestants. The bigger girls, not so much. They don't change as much. But the little ones, just from the spring to the fall of the Apple Festival, to see how much those little girls change.
Right.
Some of them you're just like, wait, is that the same person? Because they get a growth spurt or they lose the teeth or whatever.
Exactly.
They cut their hair. Or you just never know. So, yeah, they're a lot of fun. But so what's one of the funniest, like, or what's, tell us some of the most interesting things that you've seen at the alumni. Like maybe somebody that saw each other that hadn't seen each other in a while or something interesting.
That's always exciting when they'll come up and they'll say, I think I know you. And so that's why all the classes usually have a name tag on. But at alumni, the program, we don't do that. But, you know, you can see people and they're just chatting. And you can see by the look on their face how excited they are to see that person.
It is. It brings back like a memory, like maybe we got in trouble together or we had some fun together. Or we were in some club together or whatever. Yeah. Like that's really cool to catch up with people. And again, alumni is a perfect opportunity. No matter where you are, of course, we're talking about Jackson today, but wherever you are in our listening area, it's just such a wonderful opportunity for you to catch up with friends that you haven't seen in a while. That and the Apple Festival, which we're going to talk about here in just a moment. But, all right, well, Vicki, tell everybody, let's go over kind of one more time what all's going on and then how people can get tickets.
Okay. The alumni program begins in the middle school auditorium, 4:45, starting with the Hall of Honor induction. And there's no stopping. It just continues right into the alumni program. And then after that's over, you'll probably have maybe an hour, probably not quite an hour, to go around town, get you a bubble or something.
Yeah, right.
There you go. And then the doors will open at Park's Edge at 7:30.
Okay.
And pre-sale tickets, $25, and you have until like May the 19th or 20th to get those.
Yes.
People say, do you have them at the door? Well, I'm not going to say we will, but we could have a few. I don't know. So you probably should try to get them ahead of time.
Here's the thing. We're giving you the opportunity right now to get them.
Yes, and you can call me at 740-418-2117, and we can make arrangements to see how you want your tickets delivered, or send me a check, a self-addressed envelope. I'll get them right back in the mail to you.
Okay.
And then that's it. And, of course, the DJ will be Rockin' Reggie, which will be fun. The photo booth, that's going to be a different.
I can't wait to see some of those.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. So the main thing is get hold of Vicki and get those tickets ahead of time, because there is no guarantee that there will be any at the door. Maybe a couple, but not a ton. No. And we have to do that for food purposes and, for getting, obviously,
the tables arranged
area
because people
prepared.
Are in areas.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So no matter whether you graduated last year or, like I said, 100 years ago, it doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome.
That's why we call it Alumni and Friends.
There you go.
Because everybody usually brings someone with them, not necessarily an alumni of Jackson.
Sure. And that's a good point that you make. I love that, too. Yeah.
Anyone can go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Vicki, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here?
So, moving along, we've worked since January, so it's not a long time. January to May.
No, because it only lasts about 3 days.
Right.
It seems like.
Over.
It's weird.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know how we got it into May already.
I don't either.
But anyway, well, get your tickets now, contact Vicki, and you will have a very, very good time Memorial Day weekend.
It is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And most people don't have to work on Monday, so you have that time to recuperate.
Exactly.
From all your funness. Fun having. All right, well, we'll let you get out of here and get back to planning.
All righty.
And I think we do have a couple of messages here, and we do have our new Jackson County Apple Festival, it's Jackson Apple Festival, sorry. My bad. Queen and Court. So we'll be back right after this.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back with the Jackson Apple Festival Queen and Court, and Rob.
Yes. Rob. He's
Hi,
over
Rob.
there.
Rob is shy, even though he's not shy. He says he doesn't want to talk to us. Why?
I don't know. We'll have to get him next time, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll get him up here.
We'll trick him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. You guys have a few months to figure out how to get him back in here, so we'll trick him the next time you come in.
Okay. We won't tell him.
We won't tell him. He'll never know. Yes. He didn't hear any of that, I'm sure.
Think he did.
All right. So, welcome to the program. It's so great to see you girls. And you have to just be over the moon, happy and excited about your year coming up.
Yes.
Very excited.
Very excited.
Very exciting, very busy. So, can you just go down the line there and introduce yourselves, if you would?
Hi, I'm Emily Wiggins, and I'm your 2025 Jackson Apple Festival first attendant.
I'm Taylor Williams, and I'm your 2025 Jackson Apple Festival Queen.
I'm Sophie Williams, and I'm your 2025 Jackson Apple Festival second attendant.
So here was the thing, and I'm sure that you've heard this already. As I was reading the names after the contest, I'm like, there's a Williams, and a Wiggins? Really? I was like, is that a typo? Has anybody said that to you yet?
A lot.
Yeah. We were asked,
Like,
Sophie
is that
and I got asked
really?
if we were twins and then if we were cousins.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Just-
At this point, pretty much.
Yeah. So now, are you all from Jackson?
We
Yes.
are, and we're all cheerleaders.
Okay,
So we
so-
all do the same stuff, and we've already known
Yeah.
each other for a while, so.
Yeah.
Is that that has to be a little helpful
Yeah.
since you
Yeah.
all know each other and kind of hang out and whatever, that because you're going to be spending a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah. It'll be good with these two.
yeah, absolutely. Very good. All right, so tell everybody a little bit about some of your interests and what you all are into. I know you all mentioned cheerleading. What else? Well, what grade are you all in?
I'm a sophomore.
I'm a sophomore as well.
And I'm a junior.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Oh, you guys are youngins.
Yeah.
Well, that takes my other question out of the thing. Normally, I talk to all the seniors about what their future holds, so I can't really ask you that yet. I mean, unless you all know, which
I know, but.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what does your future hold?
Well, I'm planning on going to Shawnee State University and majoring in physical therapy assistant.
Very good. Okay. Look at her. This is why she's on the court. Got her stuff together already. So tell us a little bit about, your interests. What are you all into?
Well, I just joined the drama club recently, which is kind of cool. But
Fun.
I just started it. I was on makeup, so that was fun. But other than cheerleading, I'm in a lot of clubs.
Cheer keeps us pretty
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps us pretty
We're
busy
all in
throughout the.
a lot of clubs, but cheer keeps us busy.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you?
One of my big things is media. So
Okay,
I take
great.
a bunch of pictures, do graphics. I work a little bit on our news show, making little segments here and there, but
That's good skills to learn.
yes.
Yes, it is.
I don't really have a lot. I mean, I'm in a bunch of clubs and stuff, but cheerleading is really. I mean, I played softball and basketball when I was little. I did a bunch of sports, but cheerleading just stuck with me ever since I was little. So.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, were you all part of the competition
Yep.
cheer
Yes,
squad
we
that
were.
went down to Florida and kicked butt?
Yep.
Yeah.
That had to be so exciting.
It was very
It was.
exciting.
It was really fun.
And I don't know that they've been back since then. So tell us a little bit about your your experience down there, and then we'll get to Apple Queen stuff. But I was just thinking, this was a very difficult competition, and I know that the goal wasn't. It was to win, but not even necessarily to win, but just to get in the top 5, and you guys killed it.
That was our goal going in, was to get in top 5, and we achieved that goal and got top 3, so that was amazing.
That is so cool. So tell us about the experience, and how was it different than the years past, the other competition that you all were in?
So prior, we just went to, it was still Orlando, but we were in Universal. So it's a much smaller competition. It's put on by a different program, so it's a little bit lower, but we really kicked it up a notch with going to UCA. So very, very difficult. Lots and lots of teams.
Yeah, it's like the biggest high school competition you can get into.
It's like,
really?
The Olympics of cheerleading.
Yeah. High school teams, it's the biggest you can get into.
Yeah, it was really exciting to be a part of it.
I'll bet. And so how many cheerleaders were there competing? And I know there's different categories and
so
stuff.
Many.
If I see one more bow, I'm going to kill somebody.
Well, you walk out, and so we stay at All Star Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they have a huge football field in the middle. We all practice there. Yeah. But you walk out there and
the football field's covered.
So
Cheerleaders.
I woke up to Rihanna outside my window every morning, blasting on someone's speaker.
Yeah.
I think it had to be the same team every day, honestly.
I think I left. I would walk out of my room. I'm like, if I have to hear another mashup of the same 3 songs, I'll go crazy.
Yeah. And you can never find a
It's
spot
so
to practice because everyone was just taking it over. But
we were practicing by the pool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Often at random.
It was fun.
There's worse places to practice, I guess. But
I saw teams stunting in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That was scary for me,
Scary,
but
very scary.
That is scary.
at least we got grass.
Stunting on pavement is probably not the best idea.
No. Nope.
But you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yep.
Well, no, that had to be so exciting. So how does little old Jackson, Ohio compete in such a high caliber competition?
We've got 2 great coaches who really care as much about it as we do, so that really helped us get there.
Yeah, they take time away from their families and spend it with us a lot of the time, and we have practice every single day throughout the week just to make sure we're ready to go.
I think they cried more than we did when we made it today.
Yeah. I think that's so sweet. But, they say the same thing about you girls is that you do everything that you can and care so much about the competition. And, that's hard to get that many kids going in the right direction. So, I think that's pretty cool. That
I think the whole team is very driven. We have a goal, and we will achieve that goal because we are all very...
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this is so exciting. So congratulations on that. So that's how they start out their year. And then this Apple Queen thing. So what did you have to do to get onto the Apple Festival court? Because this year was
tough.
A lot of
very
people.
tough competition.
Listen, I don't know if you all know what you accomplished because there were a lot of contestants.
And everybody did so good. It was...
I was sitting backstage and I was like, I don't even know. I don't even know who it is.
Yeah, you couldn't have picked
tell.
them because everyone did so good. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's why you think they just drew your names out of a hat? No, I'm just kidding.
Took the W last names.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we're gonna mess with everyone and we're gonna pick all W's. So, hey, it could be a thing. But no, so start with, I think a lot of people don't understand that there is a behind the scenes interview that has a lot of weight on who is selected. So if you go to the contest at the middle school and you're just watching that, you may have a different opinion about who's chosen because this behind the scenes interview is a lot.
Right. Yeah.
So what all did they ask you this year?
Well, so in my interview, I tried it last year.
Okay.
So in my interview, I had the same question. So they asked me, what 2 things could you find in your bedroom but that best describes you? And I said, my cross, because God's, always with me and stuff. And then I said my glasses, because my mom, whenever she was little, she lost her eyesight, so it's always impacted our family. Okay. So that was one of the questions that they asked me. But I don't know what they asked me.
See, mine was very unserious, but you have 5 minutes, so it's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it does hold a lot of weight, so you really have to make an impact in those 5 minutes.
Right.
So my big question, I guess, was who my celebrity parents would be.
Oh.
And I mean, this is something that, like, I think about all the time. It's very important to me. Like, I just don't know, like, I don't know, very important. But I said Taylor Swift and Harry Styles. And that did not go over well because they were all a little bit more Travis Kelce fans than Harry. That did upset me, but it's okay. It all worked out.
Yeah.
Did you explain why?
I did. Well, I said that Harry and Taylor were like couple of the century, like bombshell
I'm still holding out
couple.
hope for them.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
they're
Is that
gonna
a
come
thing?
back.
We'll
Like
see.
people want them to be back together?
Yeah.
I do.
We do.
I want my parents back together.
I cannot believe they asked you a question that you actually think of all the time. Like that. Were you like, yes?
Yes. I was like, I think about this all the time, and they're like, oh.
They're like, dang it. She's
Can't stop
prepared.
me.
I love that. What'd they ask you?
They asked me the same question they asked Emily, and then they also asked my role model, which is one I had thought about before too, and I talked about my cousin Sydney. So
Yeah.
I was really excited to get to talk about that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And now it's funny, we all wore green dresses to
Yeah.
our interview.
Uh-huh.
We all had
wore
a green
green.
dress on to our interview.
Lots of
Pretty cool.
similarities here
Yeah.
between us.
It's pretty cool.
We didn't plan it.
We didn't plan it
No,
at
we
all.
really
I had
didn't.
no idea what they were wearing.
I'm getting the W's, the green dresses. I don't know.
Cheerleaders,
Yeah, the
yeah.
cheerleading thing. I don't know if these judges had a type or what was going on here. They look like they are twins.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Has there ever been like twins that have tried out? Do you know?
Not at this level. Little ones
Little ones, yes, but not at the.
that I'm aware of.
Wouldn't that be freaky?
I would be so scared that one wouldn't make
Especially
it.
identical.
Yeah.
Can
love we
you
just saw
imagine
you.
if there was like two of the same person?
No.
That'd be scary.
That would be
I'd
scary.
be a little freaked out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What if they get the name switched up and like one of them actually made it and one of them didn't? Like what if they got the name switched
Yeah,
up?
what if it was like
Yeah.
mistaken
Yeah,
identity?
that would have been bad. That would have been really bad.
You know what the good news is? You could only go.
Emily's
Maybe you could just do like if you were really busy, you could be like, I got a sister though. I can just send her and no one will know.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would
Or
be
you could just do half and half.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could share it and no one would know.
Yeah.
They really wouldn't.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
All right. So anywho, tell us what is your favorite part of the Apple Festival?
Oh, it's my turn? Okay. My favorite part of the Apple Festival would have to be walking around all the booths and looking at everything, and also to just ride rides and have a good time.
And they don't make you sick?
No, they don't actually.
That's good.
Also, I like the lip sync contest. I was in that a few years.
You were?
I remember those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in there like a
won it.
lot of the years.
Did you do it by yourself?
We did. No, I did it with a bunch of my friends.
Oh, okay.
We did it.
What? Tell us what you did.
Well, one year we did Do Miss Walker, one year we did Kiss, and one year we did this mashup, and I had this, like, I just remember I had this red cheetah print top on with jean shorts, tall socks, Converse. I don't know what I was wearing, but I think I did, like, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift or something, but it got me a win, so.
Hey, there you
All
go.
matters.
Yeah. All right. Favorite thing of the Apple Festival or
I would
things?
say the lip sync also. I just like the food. I love festival food.
It's good.
I just
good.
I just tried fried cheese on a stick.
Isn't it so good?
So good. So good.
It was like a corn dog but cheese,
Yes.
and it's just so much
Yes.
better.
Girl, you right here. You got me. Last time I was at the Wild Turkey Festival, they weren't there this year, but they have these ladies that they come and they have a chicken and noodle booth.
Yes.
And this girl here doesn't eat carbs, okay? And so I was like, oh my God, I've got it. Yeah. So I went to the chicken and noodle booth, and then I turn around and I saw the fried cheese, and I'm like, why not? And I was so sick. I was so sick, but it was so worth it.
It was so good.
I was just walking around with that fried cheese. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my favorite. Are you guys like a mustard person or marinara or just eat the
I
cheese?
did marinara, but they didn't have anything.
I'm
Well,
a ketchup lover. Like
disappointed.
everything I have to have
Oh.
ketchup on it. Like everything.
Oh no, she's one of those. We'll talk after the show about ketchup.
Oh, not a good idea.
No, I have a thing about ketchup because where I have the restaurant, I have to touch ketchup all the time.
Oh.
I don't do ketchup because my fingers have to touch it a lot, and it just creeps me out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So lip sync. Tell us what you did at the lip sync.
So my friends and I were Nirvana. We did Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nice.
I, of course, was Kurt Cobain. And I had this fake microphone. I smashed it on the stage.
I remember this year.
It was
I do too.
really something. We'll live in infamy in our family.
You got
forever.
into it?
I did.
Yeah. Do you even know who Nirvana is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Good.
I used to watch, my dad used to put their concerts on TV, and we would watch them. He used to have really long hair, so we would headbang. He would teach me
Love
all the
that.
ways.
The ways of Nirvana.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, what about you, Sophie?
I like the lip sync too, but I think my favorite has to be the parades. I've been at the past 2 years with the cheerleaders, and then I'm excited for this year too.
Yeah, we
We
actually
don't
have
have
a
to walk this.
we have a
year.
special
Yeah, you get to
guest.
ride.
We have a special guest joining us this year. The
Yes.
Ohio State Marching Band is coming.
Yes. How exciting is that?
It's a good
You guys
idea.
probably aren't even old enough to remember the last time they were here. When was that?
3.
Oh,
Oh,
one?
one.
Yeah, we weren't here yet.
I was not here yet.
Okay.
We won't tell you what year we were born.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Rode your horse through, right?
I rode my horse through, yes, as the horse queen. Yeah, no. I remember the Ohio State Marching Band being here like it was yesterday, and it will literally take your breath away. It's so cool.
I'm so excited.
And so many people, you guys are so
Yes.
fortunate too, because you're going to get to represent the
Yeah.
Apple Festival when there's like a bazillion more people than normal
I know.
here.
I'm so excited.
Which is saying something because there's always a bazillion people at the Apple Festival. But yeah, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yes.
Very fun. And they're going to kind of take over downtown. So it'll be a really cool
Yeah.
time. So what's your favorite fair food?
I think I'd have to say grilled cheese. I know that's not like a very big festival food, but I had the best grilled cheese ever at the Apple Festival last year.
You
I had
did.
3 of them.
You had 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
What made this grilled cheese special?
I don't know. Like it was the Hawking Hills booth, I think, or a truck.
It's magical.
I was waiting outside when they opened. It was so good.
I didn't know that much.
Is it just normal grilled cheese?
Yes. They have a lobster or like crab, but I just get the regular. It's so good.
In a way, it's a lot like fried
Yeah.
cheese on a stick. It's just
Yeah.
on
Yes.
bread and
Yeah.
not on a stick.
Instead of
Okay,
on a
yeah.
stick, yeah, it's
I
on
gotcha.
bread.
Listen, I would be willing to try that.
Yes,
as long
I
as
think
it does
this-
not have ketchup on it.
It doesn't have to.
No, you have to have ketchup on grilled cheese.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's good.
No.
It's good. Have you tried it?
Ketchup is not good on anything. Let's just reiterate that. No, so what do you all look forward to the most of like this year? Aside from obviously being the queen and court of the Apple Festival, but like what are some of the fun things that you're looking forward to?
I'm excited for the Sweet Corn Festival, which is like held throughout the week, and we spend like the whole day there, and it's really fun. So I'm excited.
Where's that?
I think
It's north. I
Yeah.
can't remember what.
I'm trying.
Sugar
Right,
Creek?
we don't know where it's at.
There's,
Sugar
that's
Creek?
the cheese festival.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no, I
Yeah.
think isn't
Millersport.
the Sweet Corn Festival? Yeah, Millersport. I was looking
Millersport,
for
yeah.
that's like Buckeye Lake, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew
I'm
it was
really excited for that.
somewhere there. Cool.
Yeah. I'm excited to meet all the other queens because we got to meet the Pumpkin Show girls
Yeah.
this weekend.
Oh,
so that was
fun.
nice.
Yes.
And we know the Ohilco girls, so I'm excited to spend this summer just with
Yes.
all those people.
Fun. Okay.
I'm excited for the Swiss Festival because I think
Yes.
they have a lot of cheese there.
My girl, yeah. Yep.
Grilled or on a stick, either
On a
one.
stick, I just.
Either way,
Cheese
all
is
the
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah.
Listen, you can stay home. I'm going to take these girls to the cheese festival.
They have to have a red shirt with them.
Join Jack.
I'll wear a red shirt.
It has to be a Jackie member.
All right, well, I'll be your escort then.
You can do that.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, if you guys go to the cheese festival, I need to know about it.
Okay.
We'll come back and tell
We'll
ya.
tell you
I
all
hope
about
so.
it.
Cheese back.
Bring me
Yeah.
some cheese.
Yeah. Okay. We will.
so excited about the cheese festival. Like, that is my jam right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a new one. We've never been, so we're excited.
Yeah, we heard cheese and we were like all
we're all
in.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
I know.
Like-
That's right.
You're crazy not
Yeah.
to go.
I'm starting to get your vibe about the grilled cheese now.
Yes. See?
Yep. I see. So what is your, other than the grilled cheese, like, what is your favorite fair and festival food that you've ever had? Doesn't have to be at the Apple Festival.
That's a hard question.
I like deep fried Oreos.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
That deep fried truck that just has
Oh,
everything.
yes.
deep
Everything
Yeah,
deep fried.
everything's
Yeah.
deep fried.
pineapple.
Yes.
Deep fried strawberries I saw on there.
People were talking about the
that'd be
pineapple
good.
last
Yeah.
year. I didn't try it.
I didn't
So
try it
good.
either, but
Yeah.
I would just like a funnel cake or an elephant
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or the fries. The fries are just a staple.
Oh,
You go to
yes,
a
the
festival,
fries.
you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
fries.
Deep fried apples. We could try that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might
Could
be a
deep
good
fry
thing.
apples.
Yeah.
I wonder
like
if that,
that.
I didn't see that on there, but
No, it's not
I'm
on
sure they
there.
could do it.
Why would they come to the Apple Festival and not have deep fried
Yeah.
apples?
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna have to ask them.
Well, I'll tell you what, we did apple pie egg rolls at 6 cents, so you guys can come and have those.
Okay.
To try those, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm here for you.
Yeah. We'll come try this.
I'll even stuff some cheese in an egg roll for you.
I would eat that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Very good. No, this is it's so exciting, and you all have such a long, exciting year ahead of you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. About how many festivals do you think you'll attend?
I think I'm
20?
saying, not including Apple Festival, it's about
22?
Yeah.
22?
22. And you guys were telling us, though, sadly, the Wild Turkey Festival, it poured down the rain,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
the float wasn't able to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
unleashed because it would have gotten ruined. So y'all didn't get to go into the Wild Turkey Festival parade, but did you get to attend the Queen Tea and all that
Yes,
stuff?
we did,
So that's
Actually,
fun.
Emily got hypnotized at the tea.
I was
Yeah.
going to
I
ask
did.
you,
I
was the
did.
hypnotist there?
Yes, he was, and we all tried. We all went up there, but
They
I was
couldn't
the
get
lucky
us.
one. But they said all along, they were like, "It's gonna be you," and I was just like, "No, guys, I don't think so." But
We
it
knew.
ended up being me.
I think she's the first Apple Festival
Royalty to be
Yeah.
hypnotized.
be
Yeah.
hypnotized.
It was pretty funny.
Is it like they try and sometimes it works and sometimes
Yeah.
it doesn't?
Yeah.
They said like it works better on some people than others.
Yeah.
So what did they do to you?
They told me that he told me that there was a black speck on his face, and I had to wipe it off. Apparently, I don't remember anything, but I just saw
She like, puts her
videos.
arm up and she's like, it's just wiping
Yeah,
this
it was
guy's
her face
Like,
that
you
really
really
sold
don't
it.
I really
remember.
don't remember it all, like at all.
That is so wild.
It was like
to
crazy.
me.
I was like, and then all these people like around me were like calling each other off their shoes, and I was just like, what is happening?
That is hilarious. Oh my god.
It was cool.
Well, very good. No, I always wondered if that hypnotist thing was like a bunch of BS or not, but evidently not.
I don't think so. I think it was like the real
I
deal.
believed it when I saw Emily.
And I think it is because they say that there's like girls like that'll come back or
Yeah.
people that'll come back and it still
Works.
like
Yeah.
He
like
said
they'll-
it works better if you've been hypnotized
And
before.
apparently, like I like had to say like sleep to go to sleep that night, and I didn't even know. And I texted him and I was like, "What do I have to say to go to sleep?" Because I was not tired. Like I wasn't falling asleep, and I was like, "Guys, what did he tell me to go to sleep? Because I need to sleep."
And it worked.
And it worked. It's crazy.
that is awesome. Love it. Well, I can tell you all are going to have a lot of fun this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So what's the next festival that you get to attend?
Feast of Flowering
Yeah.
Moon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for that
We
one.
met the queen, or well,
First attendant, yeah.
Yeah.
She was really nice.
She was super nice. Yeah.
It is one of the most beautiful venues down in the park there in Chillicothe,
Yes.
and it's such a unique festival. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And lots of fun vendors. So
Yeah.
you'll
I'm
have
really
a
excited
blast.
for that one.
Yeah. So that'll be coming up. And do they have a parade and everything?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers before we let you get out of here? Pete Wilson's here to do some news. He matches. Y'all match.
Yes.
I wore my green apple shirt today.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
the
my
green
red.
apple.
You're the green
You'll have
apple.
to wear
Green
yellow
apple.
next time.
Okay.
Yeah. She's got me.
There you go. Yep. Well, We'll have to do one red, one green, and one yellow.
Yep.
That's right. So, no, is there anything you want to tell our viewers before we let you get out of here? Do you have to go back to school?
No.
We don't have school today.
Oh, that's right. It's
Yes.
election day.
We're out today.
Sweet. And you had to get up early anyway.
I know.
Sorry about that, girl.
It's okay. It was worth it.
Yeah. It's okay. If I get to wear my crown and my sash, it's worth it.
There you go. Love that. Love that. But no, well, thank you all for coming in.
Thank
we
you for
appreciate
having us.
it.
Yes.
And then, see, you were a little queen, right?
Yep.
Was anybody else? In
I was on the finalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How
said
fun.
absolutely not to try now.
Really? But here you are.
Yep.
How fun.
And then I tried out last year too, so I've had some experience.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So is it better being a big queen or a little queen? You don't know
Well,
yet.
I don't know yet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have to report back.
I'll come back. Yeah. At
Okay.
the end of the year.
Yeah, you let me know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll let these girls go. It is their day off of school. Don't forget it is election day today. And Pete, I'm sure we'll be talking about that. Right, Pete?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we will be. All right. So we'll let them get switched out. We do have another message or two, and then we'll be right back with Pete Wilson.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back. We got the queens, and they are headed out to, enjoy a day off of school today.
Right. To advance democracy.
Yes, that's right.
So
All in the name
that
of
was something
democracy.
that I believe that Superintendent Phil Howard thought would be a wise thing when the schools decided to allow the high school to be used as a polling place.
I think that's a
that
very
way you
good
don't
idea.
have the cross traffic there between all the students and the staff and
Sure.
all the voters that might be coming up there.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Right.
Good
so
idea.
any election day that happens during the school year, of course, it's usually November and May. School will not be in session, although I do believe that they do staff stuff, waiver. They
Yeah.
call it a waiver day.
Waiver day.
Right, exactly.
Cool.
And they have to do some of those anyway, so, it kind of works out a little bit.
All right. Well, Pete, I know that you have a stack of news there to get to, so we'll let you get to it.
Okay, well, of course, yesterday, we had to report the sad news of the death of Jackson County Municipal Court Judge Mark Music. And there was a motorcade that came into town shortly before noon, bearing his body. And Sheriff Ted Frazier and some other law enforcement, firefighters, public service agencies organized a motorcade at short notice. I believe the sheriff went all the way up to near Columbus anyway to help escort the Bayou Brown van that was bearing the body of Judge Music back to Jackson, and then closer to Jackson, some other vehicles and agencies were represented in that motorcade that came into town, and it did pass by the Jackson County Municipal Court, very symbolically sad, of course.
Yes.
And there, I was there. I'm guessing that there were over 50 people lining the street there, and
There were a
could-
lot of folks.
Could have been other folks, elsewhere in town, but very, very sad. A lot of those folks that were there were court employees or people involved in the criminal justice system, the judicial system, and there was some tears I saw, and a lot of grim,
A lot of support.
a lot of grim, sad faces, because not only was Mark Music, not only did he serve a long time in a very important role, he gained professional respect, but he gained a lot of personal friends and esteem along the way, just because of the type of man he was. But Jeremiah Shaver was there with me. He did more work than I did because he did a video of the motorcade coming in. And so for all of you who may be interested in that, but of course couldn't be there because of the short notice or whatever, working, whatever, we want to show you a little bit of what that was like.
Okay.
If you'll roll it, Adrian. I think Sheriff Ted Frazier and maybe Chief Deputy Scott Conley there, and that van there bears the body of Judge Music. And then also in the procession, you're going to see other law enforcement, firefighters. There was a ton of folks that were represented there. There's an Oak Hill police car, I believe, Jackson Police. And you can see there were people on both sides of the street, but particularly there in front of the municipal court. Fire departments as well. I believe we had the Liberty Township Fire Department, the Jackson Fire Department, the Madison Jefferson Fire Department for sure. I remember those. Big ladder truck to the Jackson Fire Department. The Ohio State Highway Patrol Jackson Post, of course. A couple of cruisers there. And so, all this was put together just within a couple hours.
Yeah, very quickly.
So it was sad, but it was also very impressive, the type of turnout that you had there.
Sure.
But that video is on the Telegram Facebook page. Anytime that you want to check that out. Also, I think we have a still photo also that Adrian can put up as well. You can see there, that's kind of a little bit of a long shot all the way down the building to even where the Jackson County Correctional Facility building is. They kind of merged together there. You can see there was quite a lot of folks that were outside in a show of respect. And like I say, all this was just set up the same morning, so it was pretty impressive. As of the time I walked in here, we don't have any funeral arrangements or memorial plans for Judge Music.
Okay.
As soon as we have them, we'll certainly pass them along. However, we will have some coverage in our Wednesday paper. Some of the things that Judge Music was responsible for. A lot of people in the system and who are in a position to know how much he did, not just as the judge of the highest volume court in the county, because it's misdemeanors mainly,
yes.
And there's a lot of so-called traffic
Sure.
that goes through that court.
Yeah,
so
like you get a speeding ticket or a stop sign violation,
Right.
that's that court.
Right, and we touched a little bit on it yesterday, but his trailblazing with the drug court.
Oh my gosh.
All he did
Unbelievable.
to try to not only deal with the criminal side of it, but also try to get a save situation, because unfortunately you get in that cycle of drug abuse and it's hard to get out. Easier, for people who have not had that scourge or that awful thing happen to them, they don't understand how hard it is just to get out. You think, what's wrong with that person's willpower or whatever. When you're hooked and addicted, it's a chemical thing, and you need help. And what that drug court did, it gave criminal offenders who were eligible, not all of them, because there were some things that were too serious for that, but it gave some criminal offenders who had a drug connection to their crime to have a second chance.
Absolutely.
And many of them, the greater percentage of them have actually finished the program successfully from the statistics I received very recently. And many of them are productive members of the community with jobs.
And you're exactly right, Pete.
It's a big turnaround.
One of the coolest things that I've seen through that is people who were kind of beginner, in the beginning stages of preparing that, and went through the drug court, then would come back to almost be mentors or teachers to the ones that were currently in the drug court. And so they believed in it so much that once they got better, they would come back and help out others. And
that's very effective when they're able to do that. But
it's such a good thing.
Well, there's treatment involved, there's counseling involved, and there's a lot of monitoring by the court people.
Yes, there are.
I mean, they keep doing their checks to make sure that you're, quote, staying clean. And, if you fail, you fail. There's penalties involved in there, but you're always given another chance as well. Mark Music didn't give up on people.
No, he did not.
He tried to save people, and by extension, if you flip the equation, it was great for the community because, instead of a person who might be liable to commit a crime and not be a productive citizen and abuse themselves. There were many drug overdose deaths too that a lot of people will never know about.
Yep.
Because they're behind the scenes. They're not easily quantified. He kept track of those things,
Yes.
trying to make people aware of what was at stake, people's lives, even just not petty crimes.
Absolutely. I know the last time he was here on the program, I believe we went over some statistics, and they were kind of
Right. Well,
mind-blowing.
We will have an encapsulation, a pretty expansive encapsulation of some of the things Judge did in a story that will be in our Wednesday paper, not published yet, of course, and not online yet, but it will be. And then on Saturday, I'm working on this too. There were so many people close to him who were willing to comment, give their insights and views of the man, of Mark Music, and what they thought of him personally, and how important they thought what he did was for the community.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody better to say that than some of his colleagues, ex-judges and current judges among those. So that's coming on Saturday, and very well deserved. Okay, as you said, Election Day. If you haven't voted yet and you're a registered voter, you still have time, of course. Polls opened at 6:30 a.m. this morning. They stay open till 7:30 p.m. If you have an absentee ballot, now it's too late to mail it, but you can bring it to the elections offices. If you haven't filled it out or dropped it off, it's not too late to do that. Early in-person voting, of course, that ended on Sunday, but still time to vote, either at the polls in Jackson, Vinton counties, or all across the state. Or drop off those absentee ballots at the elections offices. Not a whole lot on the ballots, but everybody in the state is voting because of issue 2. In many places, that's the only thing on local ballots.
I haven't even heard of issue 2.
Right.
So enlighten me.
Right. Well, issue 2 is a proposed state constitutional amendment. It's not new now, but it has to be renewed. That's why it's on the ballot. It's not automatic. It is to renew the State Capital Improvement Program, which provides funding for local infrastructure projects. This includes roads, bridges, water systems, wastewater treatment facilities. The funding involved would be generated from the issuance of bonds and would not raise taxes. It's kind of a financing thing.
Okay.
This isn't directly or probably indirectly going to cost any extra money out of your wallet, but it is considered so important that the Jackson County Commissioners, even though this is a state issue, they took time about a month ago to put out a news release and also pass a resolution endorsing issue 2.
Support of
Not
it.
something, that they often get involved in. And I saw, when I was in Vinton County Sunday for the Wild Turkey Festival, I saw some signs supporting issue 2 too from somebody up that way who wanted to promote issue 2. It's not honestly, in all honesty, not a controversial thing. I think it's a good thing, but because of the mentality of and especially if you don't know what it is, well, I think I'll vote no on that. And you see the word financing in there. And,
Sure.
And so that's the easiest thing to do if you're uninformed. So that is on the ballot. Everybody will vote on that or disregard it, whatever.
Yeah.
But the other things that are on the ballot, first in Jackson County, there's no countywide issues that are local. The city of Jackson has the 1.5% continuation for the city income tax.
For the income tax, yeah.
Right. The village of Colton has a $2 million renewal levy for maintaining cemeteries. Franklin Township has a renewal $1 million levy for fire protection. Lick Township a $1.5 million levy for fire protection. In Vinton County, the commissioners and I think the sheriff's office, the communications people, and the 911 program, they are touting the renewal of a $0.4 million levy for a 911 communication system and an upgrade. This doesn't sound too controversial either, but it actually lost narrowly in that last general election, just like the Jackson City
Just
income
like the
tax.
income tax,
They pushed it a little bit this time, but it is just a renewal, and it's $0.4 million. It is countywide. Wilkesville Township is the only other local entity with something on the ballot. They are seeking a $1.5 million renewal levy to support the fire department, both its fire operations and its emergency medical operations component, because some fire departments do first responder stuff and whatever. So that's what is on the ballot. And we do want to tell you that even though the ballots are light, we know the turnout will probably be light, especially compared to last November.
Oh, yeah.
When we had all the stuff, including the presidential election.
Yep.
We will be on the air tonight on WKOV 96.7 FM. And we're also going to live stream that on the Telegram's Facebook page.
Okay.
Myself and Jeremiah Shaver will be doing live reports starting at 8 p.m. The polls close at 7:30, so we hope to have something about the time we go on. From Vinton County, Red Thompson Jr. will spend the day up there. He'll be at the Vinton County Board of Elections to tell us the votes from up there. And, you know, even though there's not a whole lot on the ballot, we want to be able to provide you the results the quickest that we possibly can, and that is being live on the air.
Absolutely.
So how we're going to do it, we're going to start at 8 o'clock, and every 15 minutes we're going to do a report until it's done. It's true that maybe there'll be those 15-minute junctures where there is nothing new to report, but we want to kind of like stay connected.
Sure.
We're not going to do karaoke in between or anything like that.
Oh, come on, Pete.
We'll have regular programming, music or what.
Oklahoma. Two hours of Pete singing
No,
Oklahoma.
we want the audience to stay with us, so we won't do that. But we will stay on the air until it's over, and we hope it won't be so late this time. But you never know. It's like a ball game. It's over when it's over. But anyway, we will stay with this. We certainly appreciate everybody working at the boards of elections today. That's going to work to get the election done efficiently and quickly, and will help get us the information so we can get it out to hopefully everybody who is interested. So we will also have the final results on our website tonight. We'll stay up late and do that. And then I know that when Matt McKee reads the news tomorrow morning, he'll have those election results in there, so you don't have to wait till noon for that. And of course, I'm guessing that if I'm awake by then, we'll talk about it here on Main Street TV tomorrow morning. So there's a few other things, but I don't think there's anything else I have to tell you right now. But I do want to tell you, this should be in our sports on our sports pages today. But the Jackson softball team, the Vinton County softball team, the Oak Hill softball team, and the Wellston softball team, they all have had their tournament draws. Everybody in Ohio, as a matter, had their tournament draws, and so we know where all the teams will be playing in the tournament.
Okay.
That information will be on the sports page, and tomorrow, that's in the future, it's not today or tomorrow, but we'll maybe share that information with you when we have a little bit more time. But check out our sports coverage on that. So much more to report coming up, but we've given you the highlights.
There you go. Don't forget, again, it is election day, so get to your polling place. Whether you have one thing to vote for or 100 things to vote for, it's so very, very important for you to
right.
go.
I realize that is your democratic right. It's also your personal right not to go. But when you see a major decision decided by 15% of the eligible voters, it's a little sad.
It is a little sad, and when you have important things like the Jackson income tax or 911 or fire safety or whatever, you need to have your say in that.
Right, you absolutely. That's how the system is supposed to work.
Yes, it is. So get out there and vote today. All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone for stopping in today, and thank you for watching. And we greatly appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with some more news and some other guests. So we look forward to that. Have a great day, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.